Hello and welcome to our CommSkills Live for June 2025. Today, we are talking about the basics, going back to basics. Because, so often we think we know what we know. But when we go back to the foundational lessons, whether it's learning to ski, playing piano, being an accountant, or learning to speak a second language or being fluent in English. We have to go back to the basics to see what did we miss? What did we miss? And so many of you who either are on my educational email list, follow me on LinkedIn, on YouTube, you know a lot about the diamond method. Today, I want to just go into some of those basics and give you a little exercise that you can do to see if you are making enhancements to the way you speak, to the way you feel about yourself when you speak English. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, and the first thing I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself about a dream that you have. Maybe a dream you've had since you were a child, maybe a new dream, maybe a dream related to speaking English, living in America, whatever it might be. And I just want you to take a moment. I'm going to pull up a PowerPoint in a moment, but I want you to first start to ask yourself, what is a dream that you have? And I want you to write down 3 sentences. That's it, just 3 sentences. All right. And I'm going to go ahead right now while you're thinking, and I'm going to share my screen with you. All right. We're going to do this one here. We'll share. Right. And I'm going to come over here myself, all right? And while you're thinking, I'm going to just write down an example, all right, of maybe a dream that I have. 3 sentences, that's all we're going to do. So let's see, one of my dreams is to travel the United States with my husband in an RV. I want to get in one of those RVs that has a bathroom and a bed, and right, and I want to drive parts of the country with him. So I'm going to write 3 sentences about that dream. I want to travel across the United States in an RV with my husband. Okay, that's my first sentence. And then I'm going to see, how do I expand that dream? What does it look like, right? I plan to do that in the off season to avoid crowds, right? That's part of my dream, that I want to do that not in the middle of the summer. Okay. Let's see. And the third sentence is I want to experience the Wild West with my husband that way. Okay, so those are just 3 sentences I have. And if you're watching the replay, you can go ahead and pause this, and you can go ahead and write down those sentences. But I'm going to go ahead and jump in to today's PowerPoint. Okay, and what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the diamond method. So the first thing, actually, let's back up, is you're going to say these 3 sentences. I want to travel the United States in an RV with my husband. I plan to do that in the off season to avoid crowds. And I want to experience the Wild West with my husband that way. And after you've said that, if you want, you could even record yourself. We're going to go through the diamond method, and you're going to come back to this statement to see if you can enhance the way you say it. All right. So what is the diamond method? The diamond method has 6 frameworks: thought chunking, emphasis, rhythm, melody, diction, and flow. And when you understand what these 6 frameworks are, which you will in the next 10 minutes, that will give you the confidence you need to speak English in a whole new way. So let's take a look at the first framework, thought chunking. Thought chunking is, here's the definition, a group of words that creates a meaningful thought. And when you create this meaningful thought, you do that by pausing emphasizing a key word, and managing your speed. Pausing and pacing, which is speed, communicates that confidence. It helps to facilitate your thinking and it establishes trust within your listeners. So if we were to go back to our 3 sentences, we ask ourselves, the thought chunk doesn't have to just be a sentence. I want to travel across the United States in an RV with my husband. Maybe I want to pause. I want to travel across the United States in an RV with my husband. So I can separate that into two, whoops, let's go back. I can separate that into 2 thought chunks. So a thought chunk is not always a full sentence. It can be part of a sentence. So if you want to just start by thinking about thought chunking as pausing, you can go ahead and in those 3 sentences, identify where do you want to pause? Where do you want to breathe? And as we talk about the next framework, which is emphasis, you can then go back into those thought chunks and identify what are the key words. Now, generally, when we talk about emphasis, emphasis means that we're going to put more melody, more volume, more length on the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives, and the adverbs. Those words have more value. They're the content words. All of the other words are less valuable, all right? Now, when you know what the right words are to emphasize in each of your thought chunks, you're going to deliver your message more clearly and more accurately. So go back in, find those nouns, those verbs, those adjectives and adverbs, highlight them for yourself, and see if when you speak, you can change your voice to make those words more relevant. Really important, okay? The next framework is rhythm. And contrary to what you may think, rhythm is more important than pronunciation, all right? So English is a stress-timed language. That means some syllables are longer than others. If you place the same emphasis on all syllables, you're going to distract native English speakers. You have to use the correct syllable stress in English. It's so important if you want to be understood. And it is more important to the native English speaker's brain that you do this than you enunciate the TH sound correctly or the vowel sounds correctly. That's secondary to being understood. And that's your goal. You want to be understood. You want to feel more confident, and you do that this way. All right. The third framework is melody. Now, I use the words pitch, intonation, and melody interchangeably. So when I talk about melody in the diamond method, we're talking about using the intonation of sentences. We're talking about stressing syllables and words by stretching with your voice, using melody more comfortably. But it's important for you to know that we generally speak in a little bit of a monotone until we emphasize a syllable or a word. So we don't go up and down all the time when we speak English. We stay relatively flat. We change the melody when we emphasize a word. Now, hopefully you're starting to see how I am putting these different frameworks together to create the diamond method. And all of these things are elements you want to look at within each of your thought chunks. Okay, where's the melody? Where's the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives, and adverbs? Which syllables are stressed? That's the rhythm. Okay, all of this stuff comes together to create your speech. Now, I said rhythm is more important than diction. It is. However, when we talk about diction, you need to be paying attention to the vowels, because the vowels is where we get the rhythm, the long syllables. It's where we place the melody, okay? So in the diamond method, we put more stress or importance on the production of the vowels because that's where we stress syllables. Clear pronunciation is essential to sounding professional and building rapport, right? So you want others to pay close attention to, you want to pay close attention to those vowels because you're going to get to that kind of rapport building and sounding professional more quickly. All right. All right. And finally, the last framework is where it all comes together, flow. Once you have that thought chunk, you need to create the movement between the words so that you get to the most emphasized word. And so these 4 techniques are what make up the flow: contractions, reductions, linking, and the American flap sound. Once you start to understand these, native English speakers do this naturally. They connect words, they reduce words, that creates the fluency. I call these techniques the Americanisms, all right? And that's what will help you sound more American if that's what you're striving to do. And you can learn all of these frameworks on my YouTube channel, all right? And what you can do now, let's just end this show so I can quickly come back to our first slide, right? Is if you come back here, you can come back to your 3 sentences. You can start to analyze. And again, if you're watching the replay, you can watch over and over. You can stop after each framework, come back here and apply. Where's the pause? Where are the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives, the adverbs, those emphasized words? How am I going to apply rhythm? In other words, where are the stressed syllables when I say husband, travel, season, avoid, right? All of those things, that's the rhythm. You also want to apply the melody there. That's really essential as well. And then you're going to get into the diction, holding the vowels. And finally, you're going to get into the flow. Instead of saying, I want to experience the Wild West, I can say, I wanna experience. And then I move to that word experience. Please, I want to make sure you feel free to go to my YouTube channel and learn any of these frameworks. There are, you can learn them in playlists, right? But not only can you learn these frameworks on YouTube, but I also want to make you aware that you can learn the diamond method and these frameworks with my on-demand course, which is going on sale July 4th through July 11th. If you use this link, which I will also put in the description here on Dropbox, it'll also be in the description. This link will be in the description in YouTube, where I'm going to post this video. And if you're looking for the replay and you're watching this replay, you probably got an email. This link is there also. Okay, so please get this on-demand course. It's called Find Your Stage with English Communication Confidence. Make sure that you learn the diamond method so that you can experience the confidence that you deserve when you speak English as a foreign language. All right, I want to thank you so much for being here today. I hope that this overview helped you today and encouraged you. You feel motivated and excited to get started with the diamond method. I would love to see you inside of that community. So thanks again for being here. All right. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the By Jill Diamond channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, reply to me if you got an email, if you have any questions, and I'll see you next month for another CommSkills Live. All right. Thanks so much.